Hello, my name is Shopav, but you can call me Cake, and welcome to the next session of me trying to get competent at the Dwarf Fortress. And what you're watching now is a post-session clip that I'm recording, because I have discovered something pretty interesting. If we go down to the catacombs, last session I tried to view the description of the statue we made of eighteenth, and the problem was that if we click on this statue, nothing happens. This is the actual building options of the statue. If we go to the look option, so just the cursor that allows us to view what's on the map, we cannot do anything with the statue either. I'm pressing enter right now, nothing's happening. But there is another option that allows us to view things. View items in buildings. So if I do that, I can immediately see that now we have selected the building that is the statue, and within that building is the item that is the statue. And you can see that this is actually called Statue of eighteenth, and we can view this statue, the item, not the building. And if we view the item, we can also view its description. And there we go. So this is an exceptional Olvin statue of Atir fancied pages, which is what eighteenth translates to from the Dwarven in the game. The item is an exceptionally designed image of Atir and drip-paged, the granite hatch cover in Olvin by our legendary mason. Atir is raising drip-paged. The artwork relates to the creation of drip-paged, the hatch cover, in Amberrag by Atir in the early autumn of, well, 127, which is the year that was created in. So I thought that it would have his death on it, but it does show, like, his greatest achievement, which is, when you think about it, a fairly nice thing to depict right next to him. This might also work for some other things that we couldn't view descriptions of, although not for something like, say, the grave, because here we have just the Olvin coffin, that is the item of the coffin, and Atir's remains. So there is no description to be had here, because I don't believe the remains have anything. No, this is just the description of skeleton. Yeah, unfortunately, this doesn't provide any description. But the statue does. It's just fairly unintuitive to get to that description because, we have the building that is the statue, and within the building is the item of the statue. It's a bit inconvenient how that works, but that's how it works in game, so not much we can do about it. But there we go. We can go back to our normal game. And I have made a few small changes to what I set up last session when it comes to the clothing industry. And let me show you what I did, because I realized that the order in which these orders are displayed on the screen does indicate priority in which they are made. So the topmost orders have the highest priority. And what I realized that having these order chains where we make one thing after another, so we have the cloth shirt, cloth trousers, gloves, hoods, socks, shoes, they were going in descending order, which means that the cloth shirts were first, and then underneath them we had the other ones. So I don't believe that was the problem yet, but it could have been a problem where the clothes maker would just keep making shirts and then eventually move on to something else. So just to prevent any sort of shenanigans like that, I have moved down the shirt to the bottom of the chain so that it has the lowest priority, but because the other orders are chained to it, so the trousers cannot be made before the shirt due to conditions, so they are checked first according to priority. Since they cannot be made, the dwarf will then make a shirt. Once they make a shirt, the manager will check priorities, go down the list, see, the conditions for this one allow this to be made, so we'll assign this order, and will not assign the second one until this one is made as well. But when they go the next day to check the orders, they will be, this one can be made now, so we'll assign this order to the workshop, and so on and so forth. So it's still not a perfect system, but it's better than what was before. Like, it's probably going to be more foolproof. And I have added also some other orders. I have changed the brew drinks to make only 10 drinks rather than 100, so they will be made more often, but also increased the necessary amount of drinks when the order holds, because there was a problem where they were at, I believe, like 95 drinks, and then just kept spamming cancel orders because they didn't have unrotten brew materials. So now yeah, it checks whether it has at least 10 materials. If it has at least 10 materials, it will make 10 drinks, and we'll keep checking that until we reach 500 drinks, or until we run out of barrels. But I have an order for barrels as well, so if there's less than 5 empty barrels, the carpenter will just make more barrels. And there's the same for brewfruit. Let me just put it on top. And why is that condition not satisfied? Oh, it's just not validated yet, never mind. It's satisfied but not validated. So same for these, like I just put some cloth bags, yarn bags and silk bags, because we will need more bags eventually. Although these might be problematic, because if I go to the conditions that govern them, it's for empty boxes and bags, and I'm not sure if that will actually work like that. I hope so, because I specified empty. And same with rope, although the rope is even more weird, because I don't think you can have like unused chains. As in, chains is the stock category for both rope and metal chains. So ignore that it doesn't say rope. But yeah, I don't think there is anything like an unused trait or anything like that, because if I press T for change traits and I try to type in like on, those are only on items, and yeah, undisturbed, that I'm not sure what that means, but that's not it. Unengraved, that would be for slabs or something. Unimproved, I'm not sure. And unrotten, obviously, that's organic materials. So I'm not sure if this will even work, but we can always just make chains manually, so it doesn't matter. Then other thing I did is, if we go to this stockpile, is just, yeah, the footwear, handwear, headwear, and legwear. But this stockpile will only take from links, and it's linked to a new stockpile I made here. It's just a free space stockpile, and it's underneath the whole load of discarded clothing, because that is where the little dump zone originally made was. So they can move stuff from this to this. And I'm doing it like that because there was, and possibly still is, I don't believe it was resolved yet, but there was a bug that prevented the usage of bins when clothes and other certain items, I believe, were being put directly to a stockpile that didn't take from links, it just took from anywhere. So pretty much the issue here. So that's why I believe that the bug was still existing, that's why the system was still broken. Because as you can see, there's plenty of clothing just strewn about. All this stockpile takes from this small one. It also takes from this one, so I think I'll undump all of these items so they can be transported. But what I've also done is link it to this stockpile, so all of the stuff that was already dumped can also be transported to the other stockpile. So it will be put in bins as well, and all of that is right next to the trading stockpile, so that once the traders come in, I can just quickly get rid of them. So we have even more stuff to sell. But now that I think of it, I realize that I haven't actually set it up to take from the big stockpile. Yeah, there we go. I'll just undump all these items, because they will get moved to the other stockpile regardless. The next thing... what was it? Oh yes, I realized that it will be difficult to actually make the soap chain with rock nuts, because it's a bit more complicated of a process. What needs to happen first, that we need to grow quarry bushes. Then the quarry bushes needs to be processed in a farmer's workshop into the rock nuts and quarry bush leaves. And to process quarry bush leaves, we also need bags, so not only would it need everything else that is involved in the soap process, but also a lot of bags to take care of the quarry bush leaves from the farmers' workshops. Then the rock nuts need to go to a quern, which I haven't built yet, but I intend to build here anyway. But then they get pressed in a quern into rock nut paste. Then they go to a screw press, which presses out the oil and leaves a rock nut press cake. And now also a problem is that the rock nut press cake that comes out of the screw press and the rock nut paste that comes out of the quern are considered the same for the purposes of the kitchen, as in when we have the categories here, rock nut paste would just be one category. So we would want to cook the rock nut press cakes, but if we wanted to cook them, we would also be losing the rock nut paste, because it would also be cooked, so it wouldn't even make it to the screw press to be made into oil. So that's a whole lot of faff. What we do have is tallow, and tallow is the fat that gets made directly into soap. And since soap isn't being used up very quickly, or at least not if you don't have a lot of dwarves and you don't have a lot of patients in the hospital and stuff like that, soap can last for quite a while. What I might do instead is just use the tallow to start running the soap production. I need to set up the stockpiles as well, so get a bit of wood in here, stockpile for the ash here, and then make a stockpile for everything else here, and make a stockpile, I believe, in the hospital for the soap, so the hospital can take from there, and also everyone else can take from there. But obviously this is not made yet. I'll check if we have a soap maker. But that will be a far more streamlined process, and we can start it basically straight away. I just believe that we need some jugs for the lye. Lye is moved from buckets into a barrel if you have a stockpile with lye enabled, and as per barrel. Okay. So it doesn't need jugs, it just needs a bar of ash and this to make soap. Okay, so never mind, it's even easier than that, surprisingly. So we will just need to have lye enabled in these stockpiles, and I believe we do. Let me just check. I think it's even under food. Well, it's obviously not meat, although, oh yeah, let's not enable meat in this one, meat is in the other one. We can re-enable cheese, because why not? Permit, I'm trying to permit. Yeah, permit cheese, I'm pressing P and it's not permitting it. It literally just enabled seeds, which I shouldn't have done, because now I need to unenable plum helmets and pigtails and whatnot. There we go, because when we have rock nuts, we'll probably want them. Oh, and that's the other problem, that rock nuts are also the seeds for quarry bushes. So we can't press all of them into oil, or grind them before pressing them. We also need to save some of them. Yeah, this is a whole problem. It's easier to just do it with animal fat. Huh, where's lye? Yeah, I'm not sure where the... Okay, you know, we don't have lye anyway, so we'll see where it's stored, but that's weird. But yeah, let's make a small wood stockpile first. Okay, considering that we will have a tree farm here... No, okay, no, let's... I'll link this to the quantum stockpile, because I wanted the dwarves take the wood from the tree farm to this stockpile, then to the quantum stockpile. But if we cut trees outside, they would need to bring them up here, and yeah, okay, it would be a whole issue right now. Go down here and take from the quantum stockpile, and... yeah, just let them carry it up and down. It'll be a bit more inefficient for them to take the wood up and down, but they will use more wood in the carpenter's workshop than they ever will in here. So yeah, it'll be fine. Then we can have another stockpile for the ash. It's probably in bars. Yeah, there we go. So potash and ash. We can enable those. And not coal. Soap doesn't go in this one. Okay, all three of those. It's fine. It's going to be a big stockpile anyway. So now I have to figure out where the lye is. On the Dwarf Fortress wiki, it says it's in the food stockpile, but... okay, if it's in the drink one... no, it's not in drinks. Okay, that's good. Why are plant cheeses... I mean, is it just not a category that can be? Same with bone meal. Okay, I guess those are just disabled categories in Dwarf Fortress at the moment. And I'm not sure whether they're just added through DF hack, or did the devs disable them but leave them invisible? I'm not sure. Is there anything lower that I'm missing? Oh, yes, okay, there we go. There's miscellaneous liquid, okay. So we can forbid this as well. So that's going to be for soap makers. And yeah, as we said, the fat will come from here. Okay, so this stockpile gives to the wood furnace. So the wood furnace doesn't just take from anywhere and take from links only, okay. This will take from the workshop and take from links only. What's an ash pile? Okay, never mind. It doesn't need to take from links, but it will take from the workshop. And this stockpile will take from this workshop, but again, because lye isn't a common material, it can take from anywhere. And let's disable lye for these ones. And then straight away link to a lever. And then the double flow, hopefully, will, like I said last session, fill up this all so it doesn't just keep misting like that. And we won't have the impact on the frame rates. Dig this and dig this. And smooth this. So I don't expect anybody to smooth it just now, because the water's flowing here, so they don't have proper access. They will just keep cancelling it probably. But maybe at some point someone will manage, like especially once they dig these two out. I can even afterwards, like after we have the bridge so we can block off the water, block it off and then rebuild this whole thing, put some walls in or something like that. Yeah, like this is all spray, open space. Yeah, this whole thing doesn't need to be like that. And so we'll see about that later. Oh, just wanted to also check, because I was thinking of breeding hens, but do we have turkeys? Because turkeys give more eggs and more meat if you butcher them. I want to search. Oh, search assessed. So yeah, we have turkey hen and turkey gobbler. So yeah, instead of looking up instead of looking up chickens, we can look up a turkey hen and turkey gobbler, and then they can just start breeding, and we have plenty more turkeys. You know, the more we have, the more they can breed, and the more then hens lay eggs, and we can slaughter the gobblers and we'll have meat from that, and then tallow as well. So I'm pretty sure we have... Yeah, we have raw fish to be prepared. Okay, let me go one more time to Dwarf Therapist, because we did have dedicated fish cleaners, but they kind of all died. We have one dedicated fish cleaner. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the difference between fish cleaning and fish dissection, but yeah, at the moment it's not that important. But also, let's take some of them that are absolutely trash at it anyway, because yeah, if they're not good at fishing, what's the point of it? And there's stone detailing as well, so... Oh, the fishers are also butchers. I guess that's why the meat got rotten. But yeah, so the butchers won't be fishers, but there's stone detailers. Oh, okay, I kind of started messing up the jobs. See, the stone detailers, then they should be butchering, because we have active hunters. Okay, this hunter doesn't need to be a surgeon, because they're not very good at it anyway. This mason doesn't need to be either. See, we have a doctor, and we have a doctor's apprentice, if you will. Okay, hopefully it'll work itself out. There's too many jobs to keep track of, and once they finish detailing the stone, maybe that will be it then. Okay, let's hope for the best. Yeah, I just don't want to spend the next hour trying to rearrange all the jobs. I might do that after the session. That's the manager. Why are they stressed? Great deal of stress. Horrified, euphoric. He was annoyed at the lack of dining tables. Okay, so we might have to install more. Annoyed after having a drink without a goblet. We're making some more. Bitter after getting an argument. Well, can't do anything about that. That's just dwarves being dwarfs. Indignant upon dwelling. Okay, so yeah, this is something that we can't do anything about anymore, but hopefully they get over it. Bored after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Are they a mason? Let's see what their crafts are. They're the legendary woodcutter. I'm not sure why they're being like that, but there we go. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so this miner just keeps going back and forth. Oh, because the other miner, or... Oh, I guess that's the other miner. But yeah, so this was cut out. Hopefully this will be cut out now. Unless they can't get to it because, yeah, it's dangerous terrain here now. They should have really dug this out first. As in, I should have designated this to be dug out first. Yeah, see, they can't do... Yeah, so that's fine. They won't be able to smooth this. Okay, just for the sake of the dwarf's sanity, I'll just cancel these. Oh, is this... Yeah, see this dwarf, they have a goblet, yeah, granite mug they're holding, and I assume that they're holding this mug to get a drink, as in, they are getting a drink, that is their next task, but from a barrel, I believe. Yeah, they're thirsty, you can see the blue arrow on them, and yeah, they went and got a drink with a stone mug from a barrel, so that will then remove the unhappy thought that you saw about being able to drink with a goblet or something like that. They will be able to do that. Because how many of them do we still need to make? Okay, there's still quite a few to go. And I think we need more because, yeah, how many dwarves do we have now? Yeah, 61. So yeah, I'll make more mugs or goblets later, and they can just have those. And maybe, just maybe, are they storing... Yeah, they're storing granite mugs here. I think that's just an accident, but I will do that anyway. So I think everything is under goblets. All the mugs and stuff like that as well. So they can store all of them here. I'll give them 2 bins as well. There we go, so they can store the goblets in the bins. I mean, hopefully they will. Yeah, this was suspended again. Like, they have tables, don't they? Yeah, there's still 1, 2, 3 tables. Why do they keep suspending the tables then? This, yeah, sometimes the game just works in really bizarre ways. So yeah, I'll put even more, because yeah, they were complaining about no tables, so I'll put even more tables and chairs. Okay, what? Cancel, construct building. Well, yeah, I think they're trying to hold those, and they just kept getting pushed back by the water. You know what, I'll just forbid them. Until we sort out the water issue, this is forbidden. Yes, they dug out this. Okay, so now we can build the bridge again. And just make it from Gaboro blocks, that's fine. Yeah, because I was thinking like, Gaboro is magma safe. Why was that in my mind? And because I was thinking of this. Okay, so they already built this bridge, and they built this bridge. Yeah, I'll make 2 separate levers for those. Yeah, I want to be able to operate all 3 of them independently, so I can lock them all, close only 1 of them, close only 2 of them. Yeah, that requires them to be separate, so I'll need more levers. Because this is getting a bit crowded, I think I'll need to unlink some of these levers, unfortunately, at some point, or leave some of them and unlink other. Because the magma bridge isn't made yet, I'll remove this and build a new one. And I don't think I'll use this space for a workshop, but because this is a busy traffic area, I'll start putting levers here. First of all, I don't want to misclick, which can happen. And 2, when you have like dwarves going crazy, whether it's berserk or just like maddened or something like that, I know that they do sometimes play with levers. And I don't want, say, the entrance of the fort or trap openings that let the enemies into the fort from the, say, Atom Smasher somewhere to suddenly be opened, or a dwarf to go start playing with magma unauthorized and stuff like that. So that's why I want to just kind of clean up these levers. But yeah, I won't do that all at once. I'll just do it gradually. As one is finished, I'll then eventually start another, if there's nothing else going on, stuff like that. Yeah, I have heard horror stories of someone making like a magma protection systems where they have them up with magma, both murdered style, and they put the lever like in a dining room or somewhere easily accessible, and a dwarf went mad and just started flooding it, but the gates were open, so the magma poured into the fort. Actually, was it both murdered? I haven't read that in a while. It might have been that. So, yeah, I have found out about that now, that yeah, there's now gremlins playing with levers as well. So yeah, it's only even funnier then. I will wall this off and make a door that I can actually forbid. So if something's happening, just forbid the door and not let any dwarfs in. That unless dwarfs just bash doors down if they're angry. There was one more thing. I mentioned the chief medical officer, and while editing the video for YouTube, I have noticed that I just simply didn't see this. Like, this was right there in the video as I was talking, complaining that it's not there. And we now have a fairly good doctor, so we might as well put them here. So yeah, they're only an adequate diagnostician, but they're good at all of it anyway, and they're the only qualified doctor. And now, I believe we have, yeah, the health tab. There we go. And now we can actually see what's what for all of the dwarfs. What's this? Cleaning required, I suppose. What would TB? Traction request for the trader. Broken tissue. Yeah, so we can now see all the things that are wrong. Oh, they have an infection. Wounds smashed apart, infection. Oh, so they have an infected thumb. Okay. I was thinking about this bit here, because this is really annoying. It creates all sorts of problem lower than this. So what I think I'll do, I'll take apart this wall, because this is not flooding anyway, so it's not like it'll make a problem. Then, because there's nothing stopping me from just making another stairway down here, I can just dig down, make an up and down stair. Yeah, there's more space here. Did I want anything? Like, I don't think I'll have any magma piping in this space, because then I can, like, I don't have a lot of space downstairs. Here it's waterlogged and stuff like that. But if I start draining the whole aquifer, maybe, just maybe, I will be able to start digging this out. So yeah, this can be, say, the new nobles' quarters and churches and stuff like that. And yeah, because we need quite a few more buildings, we'll need more guild halls. Once we get more believers, we will need actual dedicated temples, nobles' quarters, stuff like that. Yeah, we'll need a library as well. Yeah, all sorts of construction. So it would be nice to have a bit more space, and this is that space. So I will dig out here, designate this as a up-down stair, then go down here, and will this impinge anything? This won't leak anywhere, that's fine. This stair is fine. This stair can actually spread out to here then, because I don't believe there's anything else there. And if we build a stair here, we can also spread out here. So this will be an up-down stair as well. Yeah, priority 4. So they will just start doing that at some point when they have finished digging the tree farm here. Oh, petitions available. What is it? Entertaining citizen visitors. You know what? Okay, we have food, we have drink. I can start entertaining the dwarfs as well. Oh, there we go, a new caravan. That's brilliant as well. Hopefully they'll have some animals and they'll have, well, just other stuff. Plenty of stuff. Wait, where's this miner going? Why are they storing things in stockpile? They have plenty of digging to do. Like, let's see. Because they haven't finished digging out this. They haven't dug this out. Haven't dug this out. Have finished digging this, but they haven't started doing those even. And yet they're going hauling. Like, how do you explain that? Finished good bin. There we go. Yeah, we're storing all sorts of stuff in the bins now. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they're actually fully utilizing the bins, which is brilliant. So when the caravan arrives, we can just move them straight here. Let me see, is the miner mining now? Oh, they're still storing items. Okay, I think I broke their AI again. Because I think the moment they couldn't reach the mining job, their pathing broke, and they're now not pathing to any mining job. I think that is what breaks the AI, and that's what it did beforehand. They're storing something, but let's conscript them. I'll just move to here. Yeah, I think that worked. Release them. No, they're still using this. Oh, okay, they'll have to fix themselves at some point. Oh, okay, the caravan is here. So yeah, so they want war hammers, battle axes, wooden figurines, prepared meals, is it? They kind of want prepared meals, and we have quite a lot of those. I might look into, yeah, actually getting some prepared meals for trading as well, so like lavish meals or something. Broker to depot. Oh, but yeah, let's move the goods Yeah, we can sell some clothes, that's fine. Instruments, I believe it is. More instruments. Yeah, we want to move the gems. Where is the mayor? Ah, they're on their way, I think. But we can start trading, so let's see what they have. Oh, they're still unloading, that's fine. What are these? Goblin engraver, goblin poet. Okay, so we have some guests as well, and like I thought, like, do we have goblin thieves right in the middle of our fort? But no, fortunately not. But I'll just delete this quickly and start redigging it with priority 1. Not because it needs to be done right now, but because I want to just jog the miners. Because they don't seem to be doing anything that's priority 4, or priority 3 for that matter. So redesignate this as priority 2, and maybe that will jog them. Yeah, because it seems priority 3 digging is below storing wood in the stockpile. Trade, there we go, we're finally trading now. Okay, so yes, I want more rope, because I want to start tying down war dogs in front of the stockpiles, in front of the entrance, so if any thieves or any accidental enemies get in through the front door, I want them dealt with before they can steal anything or just get in. Let's get some water skins, because I think some dwarves need them. Oh yes, we want some animals. So let's search for cage, because they're going to be caged. Llama, that's a male llama. But regardless, let's get them. Let's get another hen, just in case, because might as well start breeding them as well. Yeah, if we had a female llama, that would have been nice as well, but we might already do with our animals. But regardless, it's going to be nice, because llamas give wool as well. Oh, I want more pigs, just in case. So that's an expensive pig. So let's look for a cheaper one. Yeah, bronze pig, there we go. And not like this sort of thing. I'm not sure if the quality of the pig or the material of the pig actually makes a difference. Now let's get an iron pig. Maybe it does, and I think we have enough for trade to make it worth it. Let's get a few pigs even. Yeah, if we ever need future miners, we can just then easily have them, because we'll have the pigs. Maybe some more crossbows if we want more hunters. Or if we want more crossbow dwarfs for a military or something like that. Copper. Yeah, because the material of the crossbow doesn't make any difference for its ranged performance, but it does matter for when they actually are hammering with the butt of the crossbow. But I think copper crossbow is actually fairly good for that. Like, they're one of the better ones, because copper is heavy. Oh, and I think the higher the quality of the crossbow, the better the aim is as well. Sweet pot seeds, yes. Quarry bush, just in case. We can just have them. Do we want the gauntlets and stuff like that, so we can armor some dwarfs? Even the least we can do is that we can have a squad of justice dwarfs, like police dwarfs. Yeah, I will have 2 of them or something like that. Steel, because I saw some steel stuff. Okay, no, you know what, all of those are a bit expensive. Even with all the stuff we have, I don't think we can afford it. Let's finish trading here. We can make everything else we want ourselves. Yeah, all of this would have went into a refuse pile or into magma or something like that. Instead, we can just click trade. Let's check. Do we actually have a llama already? No, that's the only llama. Oh well, that's still some wool at least. I think... Oh, the miner is mining again. Okay, so they got back to their work. Their AI fixed itself. It might be because I did this, but I'm not sure. Then they can move on to digging some more graves. Then they can dig out all the other bits and pieces, like the mayor's quarters and stuff like that. And afterwards, I'll dig out these 2 walls so that all the water can just drain out. And hopefully that will just empty the aquifer. Now that we have all that rope, yeah, I will make the line of dogs. I'll just remove the designation here and put the war dogs here. Let restrained. And now I want to assign an animal. So hopefully it'll be feeding the dogs, but we'll see about that. War dog. And yeah, now that we have these war dogs assigned, yeah, no silly goblin thief or anything like that will be able to just get past, because the dogs can detect them and then rip them apart. Oh, a planter has been possessed. Okay, Craftsdorf's workshop, what do they need? So wood, bone, it's going to be pretty metal already. Oh, a gem, another bone. Oh, okay, so that was painless. I'm really happy for that. Okay, so we'll catch up with them when they finish. See here. Oh, I think we can build the nest box as well and make a little pen pasture and assign the turkey. 1 turkey hen and 1 turkey gobbler. I'll forbid the nest box, so nobody does anything with it, and they will just keep laying eggs there, but then the young turkeys can just go straight out the door. So hopefully that will be exactly what we want, and we'll just start breeding turkeys, then we can slaughtering them and whatever we want to do. Oh, they have lye bar. Okay, so they made ash, then they made lye. So now, yeah, make soap from tallow, but I'll use the work orders again. Make soap from tallow, 5. and make a small stockpile for soap in the hospital. But yeah, I'll just prepare, actually, yeah, I'll prepare the work orders for all of them, because now that we know that this works, so make ash condition if the amount of ash is less than 5. Yeah, so we can have 10 ash at any point. I'll just do the same for the rest of them. So that will be all working then. So let's go down to the hospital. Forbid everything but soap. Just tell it to take from the soap maker's workshop. This is one of the times where I just don't care how far they have to go, because they won't be making it that often, so efficiency is not king. Okay, this whole area is almost dug out. I've been waiting for this to be dug out for so long, I just want to finally see it done. Well, yeah, my FPS are really dropping. I guess it's all the jobs that are being done or something, I'm not sure. So we don't have wool yet to spin thread, but what we could do is make a second farmer's workshop, just for milking the animals. So I'll dig this out, put the workshop there, and that can be for milking the animals, but also for shearing them and spinning thread, and it can go straight into the clothing thing as well. Ooh, there we go, so something, another ring, a child already made a ring, and oh, they claimed it as a personal treasure. Let's check what it is though. Highest quality, decorated with groundhog bone, encircled with bands of plum wood. Yay, there we go, it menaces with spikes of groundhog bone. On the side of the item is an image of four-sided, long for... This auto-generation, yeah, sometimes delivers proper, interesting descriptions, yeah. Four-sided, long four-sided prisms in yellow zircon. But yeah, that's a pretty metal ring, I would say. Just a wooden ring menacing with bone. Yeah, okay, I like that. And yeah, it can be their possession, they're very welcome to that. Yeah, so it seems that any designation lower than 2 just doesn't get done. Because yeah, they started digging out the tree farm again when I designated as 2. But if we go to the... yeah, this is 3. And they're not digging this out at all, for some reason. But yeah, so if I do this as 1, they'll probably get straight on it. So let's try that. But that is both irritating and peculiar, because that was not a problem before. I'll make the mayor's office priority 2, and then we'll see what else is left undug afterwards. Yeah, I think it only started after I designated this and they couldn't get to it. This seems to be what triggered it, because I'm pretty sure there were, even last session, they were digging the priority 3 in the tree farm here. They were digging this. And I only had to change the priority, what was it, 20 minutes ago, because they were not doing that. So maybe after I turn off the game and turn it on again next time, maybe that will fix it. Yeah, they're digging right now, so it's not the end of the world. Stuff is still moving, and it will only be a problem if restarting the game does not fix it. Some more migrants have arrived, so we'll deal with them at the beginning of the next session. So I will bid you a farewell, wish you a nice day, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!